Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving deep today into something that really got me thinking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's an article called "The Vision of Tomorrow" by Frederick Osei-Manu. And it's on Medium, and it's really about how we can shape our own futures.
It is fascinating. You know, when I read it, I thought he really hit the nail on the head. You really got to have that vision of what you want.
Right.
That picture of the future.
If you don't even know what you're aiming at,
yeah,
how are you going to get there?
Exactly. It's not enough to just hope for the best.
Right.
You got to really see it.
And he had this quote from Walt Disney that just
oh yeah,
stuck with me.
Powerful quote.
Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy.
It paints such a picture, right? We can step into tomorrow and shape it with just our imagination.
Yeah.
But he makes a really good point.
Yeah.
Are we actually using that power? Do we even have a vision for our own futures?
Right. And that's where things get really interesting, because he says, those who can't see their tomorrow, they just end up wasting today.
Yeah.
And to break free from that cycle of just wasting time, he introduces this if-then principle.
And it's so simple.
I know.
But when you really think about it,
it's powerful.
It's powerful. It's all about action. He gets all these examples, if you want to lose weight, start exercising today. If you want to buy a home, start talking to bankers and realtors now.
Yeah. It's every little thing can have a ripple effect on your future.
Absolutely.
Instead of just waiting for things to happen,
that's it.
You can start making things happen.
Yeah, you shift from passive wishing to active creations, realizing you have the power to change things by taking those steps today.
Oh, I've been so guilty of that. Just wishing instead of actually doing something.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, the if-then breaks things down.
Yes, and so it's manageable.
Yeah. Yeah. Manageable chunks.
You don't have to do everything at once.
Right.
Just take little steps.
And he uses this great analogy.
Oh, I love this analogy.
I know. Put something in the soil today.
Yeah.
And you harvest it tomorrow.
It's so powerful.
I know, it makes you think, are we planting seeds of growth and opportunity? Or are we just letting the weeds take over?
Wow.
Because every choice, every action we take or don't take, it's like adding to the landscape of tomorrow.
That is such an insightful way to put it.
Yeah.
It's not just about taking positive actions. It's also about realizing that not doing anything has an impact too.
Right.
Every time we miss an opportunity or we procrastinate, it's like planting a seed of regret.
Oh, wow.
And those can grow just as easily as the good ones.
So how do we make sure we're planting the right seeds?
That's the question.
It seems like having that vision is so important.
Absolutely.
But how do we even define it? Where do we even start?
Well, that is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Yeah. And so many people struggle with that. I think the first thing is to, really take some time to reflect. What are you passionate about? What are your values? What really matters?
So we really got to get to know ourselves on a deeper level.
Exactly.
But what if somebody's passions and values kind of clash?
Oh, yeah.
Say they're passionate about art, but they also feel like they need a really stable career.
Yeah, that's a great point.
The
common dilemma. Sometimes those things pull us in different directions.
Yeah.
But I think the key is to find a way to bring them together. Create a vision that honors both your heart and your head.
So it's finding that sweet spot where our dreams and reality can coexist.
Yeah.
But how do we take those passions and values and make them into a real vision?
So one technique that I found really helpful is to think about your ideal day.
Okay.
5 or 10 years from now. What are you doing? Who are you with? Where are you living? What does success look like for you?
So instead of just being successful, we got to get specific.
It's got to be tangible.
Yeah, I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And once you have that, you can start working backwards.
Okay.
Like we were talking about before.
Yeah.
You identify the steps you need to take.
So it's creating a roadmap, but instead of a place, it's a future.
It's your future. Exactly.
But creating that roadmap can be kind of scary.
Sure.
Where do we even begin?
Break it down into smaller milestones.
Okay.
Think about the skills you need, the resources, the connections.
Right.
What are those key stepping stones?
So it all goes back to the if-then.
It does.
It's like connecting the dots.
Yes.
If I want X, then I got to do Y today.
Exactly. Build those bridges step by step.
And don't be afraid to change the roadmap.
Oh, absolutely.
Life
throws curveballs.
Right.
Our passions change, things shift.
Yeah.
We got to stay flexible.
But what about when we hit those roadblocks? Or like we have a setback.
Yeah.
How do we stay motivated? Because it's not always going to be easy. You know?
That's where that strong vision comes in.
Yeah.
It's like your compass guiding you.
Okay.
When you know why you're doing it,
Yeah.
it's easier to push through.
So the vision is like a source of strength.
It gives you that resilience.
Okay.
You know?
But what about when we doubt ourselves? Like, what if we just don't think we can achieve it?
You know, self-doubt is natural. Everybody feels it.
Yeah.
But don't let it stop you.
Okay.
Use it to grow.
So like instead of it being a weakness, it can be a challenge.
Yeah, turn it into fuel.
Okay.
And build a support network.
Okay.
People who believe in you.
Oh, like a community.
Yeah, a community that lifts you up.
So we can stay motivated and on track.
Absolutely. And celebrate your wins along the way.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes we're so focused on the next big thing.
Yeah, you got to appreciate how far you've come.
So it's like ambition and gratitude.
You got it. It's like planting those seeds, nurturing them, and then stepping back and appreciating the garden you've created.
That's beautiful.
It is.
It goes right back to what Manu was saying.
It does.
It's about knowing that we can shape our own future by planting those seeds today.
And tending to them.
This has been so eye-opening.
It has.
Like we have a toolkit now.
A toolkit for the future.
Yeah, like a roadmap and a compass and even some gardening tools.
I love it.
Yeah. I feel like we've covered so much, but what about somebody who's listening to all this and they're just feeling overwhelmed? You know, it's exciting, but it's also kind of a lot to take in.
Yeah, that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
We're talking about some pretty big concepts, you know, vision and purpose and taking action.
Right.
But remember, it always comes back to those small steps. You know, start with something you can actually do today that's in line with your vision. Even if it's just like spending 15 minutes researching a new skill or reaching out to someone you admire for advice.
So it's like instead of getting overwhelmed by the whole thing,
right,
we can just focus on those little things.
Yeah, think big, but act small.
Yeah. Okay, and it's not a race, right?
No, it's a journey.
Yeah, we don't have to compare ourselves with other people.
You're on your own path.
Especially with social media these days.
Oh, I know. It's so easy to get caught up in that.
It is.
But focus on your own journey and celebrate your wins.
And those setbacks, those are okay too.
Oh, absolutely. They're part of the process.
Yeah.
You know, there are opportunities to learn and grow.
So it's all about having that growth mindset.
Yeah. Seeing challenges as stepping stones.
Yeah. But how do we know we're even on the right track? What if our vision changes or like realize we're going in the wrong direction?
Well, that's where self-reflection comes in. You know, really check in with yourself. Ask yourself those tough questions.
Okay.
Am I still passionate about this? Does this align with my values? Is this really the future I want?
So we have to be open to changing course.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to make a course correction.
It's like we're navigating by those stars.
I love that.
You know, constantly checking our compass.
Absolutely.
To make sure we're headed in the right direction.
And sometimes those unexpected detours lead to the most amazing places.
This has been such an eye-opener.
It has been a great discussion.
It really has. Like, it's given us so much to think about.
And so many tools to use.
It's like Manu said, those who do not see tomorrow are likely to squander today.
Powerful words.
So let's all envision our tomorrows.
Yes.
And then take those small but mighty steps.
I love that, small but mighty.
To make them happen.
It all starts with that vision, that clear picture of the future you want.
So what seeds will you plant today to create the future you desire?
That is the question, my friend.
Keep those visions alive. Keep planting those seeds and keep diving deep. Until next time.